Proverbs chapter 30. The wise man thinketh humbly of himself, his prayer and sentiments upon certain virtues and vices. The words of gatherer and the words of gatherer, the son of vomiter. The vision which the man spoke, with whom God is, and who, being strengthened by God, adding with him, said, I am the most foolish of men, and the wisdom of men is not with me. I have not learned wisdom, and have not known the science of saints. Who hath ascended up into heaven, and descended? Who hath held the wind in his hands? Who hath bound up the waters together as his garments? Who hath raised up all the borders of the earth? What is his name, and what is the name of his son, if thou knowest? Every word of God is fire tried. He is a buckler to them that hope in him. Add not to any of his words, lest thou be reproved and found liar. 2 things I have asked of thee. Deny them not to me before I die. Remove far from me vanity and lying words. Give me neither beggary nor riches. Give me only the necessaries of life. Lest perhaps, being filled, I should be tempted to deny and say, Who is the Lord? Or being compelled by poverty, I should steal and forswear the name of my God. Accuse not a servant to his master, lest he curse thee, and thou fall. There is a generation that curseth their father, and does not bless their mother. A generation that are pure in their own eyes, and yet are not washed of their filthiness. A generation whose eyes are lofty, and their eyelids lifted up high. A generation that for teeth hath swords, and grindeth with their jaw teeth, to devour the needy from off of the earth, and the poor from among men. The horse leech hath 2 daughters, that say, Bring, bring. There are 3 things that never are satisfied, and the 4th never saith, It is enough. Hell in the mouth of the womb, and the earth which is not satisfied with water, and the fire never saith, It is enough. The eye that mocketh at his father, and that despiseth the labor of his mother in bearing him, let the ravens of the brook pick it out, and the young eagles eat it. 3 things are now to me. The 4th I am utterly ignorant of. The way of an eagle in the air, the way of the serpent upon a rock, the way of a ship in the midst of the sea, the way of a man in youth. Such is also the way of the adulterous woman, who eateth and wipeth her mouth, and saith, I have done no evil. By 3 things the earth is disturbed, and the 4th I cannot bear. By the salve of when he reigneth, by the slave when he reigneth, by the fool when he is filled with meat, by the odious woman when she is married, and by the bondswoman when she is heir to her mistress. There are 4 very little things of the earth, and they are wiser than the wise. The ants, the feeble people, which provide themselves food in the harvest, the rabbit, a weak people, which maketh its bed in the rock. The locust hath no king, yet they all go out by their bands. The stelio supporteth itself on hands, and dwelleth in kings' houses. There are 3 things which go well, and the 4th which walketh happily. A lion, the strongest of beasts, who has no fear of anything he meeteth. The cock girded about the loins, and a ram, and a king whom none can resist. There is that hath appeared a fool after he was lifted up on high, for if he had understood, he would have laid his hand upon his mouth. And he that strongly squeezeth the paps to bring out milk, straineth out butter, and he that violently bloweth his nose bringeth out blood, and he that provoketh wrath bringeth forth strife. Chapter 31. An exhortation to chastity, temperance, and works of mercy, with the praise of a wise woman. The words of King Lemuel, the vision wherewith his mother instructed him. What, O my beloved? What, O the beloved of my womb? What, O the beloved of my vows? Give not thy substance to women, and thy riches to destroy kings. Give not to kings, O Lemuel. Give not wine to kings, because there is no secret where drunkenness reigneth. And lest they drink and forget judgments, and pervert the cause of the children of the poor. Give strong drink to them that are sad, and wine to them that are grieved in mind. Let them drink and forget their want, and remember their sorrow no more. Open thy mouth for the dumb, and for the causes of all the children that pass. Open thy mouth, decree that which is just, and do justice to the needy and the poor. Who shall find a valiant woman? Far from her uttermost coasts is the price of her. The heart of her husband trusteth in her, and he shall have no need of spoils. She will render him good and not evil all the days of her life. She has sought wool and flax, and hath wrought by counsel of her hands. She is like a merchant's ship. She bringeth her bread from afar. She hath risen in the night, and given a prey to her household, and victuals to her maidens. She hath considered a field, and bought it, and the fruit of her hands she hath planted a vineyards. She hath girded her loins with strength, and hath strengthened her arm. She hath tasted and seen that her traffic is good. Her lamp shall not be put out in the night. She hath put out her hand to strong things, and her fingers have taken hold of the simple. She hath opened her hand to the needy, and stretched out her hand to the poor. She hath not fear for her household in the cold of snow, for all her domestics are clothed with double garments. She hath made for herself clothing of tapestry, fine linen, and purple in her covering. Her husband is honorable in the gates, and he sitteth among the senators of the land. She made a fine linen and sold it, and delivered a girdle to the Canaanite. Her strength and beauty are her clothing, and she shall laugh in the later day. She hath opened her mouth to wisdom, and the law of clemency is in her tongue. She hath looked well on the path of her house, and hath not eaten her bread idle. Her children rose up, called her blessed. Her husband, he praised her. Many daughters have gathered together riches. Thou hast surpassed them all. Favor is deceitful, and beauty is vain. The woman that feareth the Lord, she shall be praised. Give her the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates.